Hey guys, it's Stefan from the Hypomanic Entrepreneur. Today I want to show you something that I just started experimenting with for my own kind of personal goals, building kind of on the side of work and everything. I want to build my physique, keep a good nutrition, have a good balance there, and actually do a proper lean bulk. So I found out that I had to um, track my calories more effectively. A good friend of mine, Matea, he from the big SM YouTube channel. A good friend of mine recommended that I track my calories. Be sure to check out his YouTube channel. By the way, he has a lot of great stuff as well. Basically, he advised me to start tracking calories. I was a bit unsure how to do that in an effective way to fit that into my schedule. So basically, I started kind of experimenting with, okay, how can I set up a model for that effectively? And I started experimenting a bit in Excel and trying to see, okay, how can I do this in a good way without it taking kind of too much time or getting too complex. And although there's some complexity, I think I found a way that makes it work that makes it work fairly well. So I want to show you a bit how I've set it up here. Um, Basically, the way I've structured it is that I have three Excel sheets here. I have this one. This is kind of the underlying one where I map out the the items, the actual food and drink items. So I show, for instance, uh, what an espresso shot is, some kind of yogurt drink, energy drink, some dark chocolate, some fish, some beef, and so on. And basically, I take how many total grams it is per item, and then I take basis in the nutrients list on the items which usually it says on the actual item, on the actual yeah, on the back of the package of the item when you buy it and such. It says it says this all of this information per 100 grams. So it says calories in and protein, carbohydrates, fats, saturated fat, and so on. All the other items that you want to include as well. So basically, I map that out per item, and then I set it to an item ID, because then I can reuse that same item again and again when I eat and drink that same item again in the future. And I then I go to the calories tracker. I map out the dates. I use this item ID to actually mention when I when I eat something. I can check up back on the item overview. Okay, what was the item ID of an espresso shot, for instance? And I can find, okay, that was item ID 5. Then I just write in 5, and then I get that up again, for instance. And then since I've set this as a table, it all comes in again here. So that's pretty convenient. And basically, the way I've set it up here in the calories tracker is that I this it basically uses the index and match function, so that it looks for this item ID in this table, and then returns it from column B, the item that it corresponds to. And yeah, and basically from there you can write in the share that basically the way I want to set it up was so that it's flexible, because it's not always that you take the entirety of that item. For instance, if you have uh, if you have a pack of fish, for instance, and you share that with your family, you don't eat all of it. You share some of it with your family, and you take only a portion of what's in there. So, for instance, if there are kind of four slices of fish there, and you take three, then it's 75% that is to you. For instance. Um, and then you say 75% here, because then you can configure here that the grams are basically what corresponds to the item and then multiplied with the shares. So you kind of calculate how many grams it is and kind of estimate when you don't, it isn't exactly how it says on the package. Then it makes the model more accurate, basically. And then the calories is basically just taking, finding the number of calories per 100 grams from this, and then uh, multiplying it by the number of grams divided by 100, because it's per you have to turn it per 100 grams over to actually how many grams it is. So for instance here it's 300 grams, so it is effectively multiplying the number of calories by 3, because it's 300 divided by 100, and then it's basically the same logic over here. Um, so it takes that and yeah, basically continues the same. So yeah, that's basically how the model works here. So I want just to show that, and yeah, it's the same with these ones. It takes basically the same kind of formula as this one, and bases it on finding the protein, for instance, per 100 grams for the item, then multiplying it by this number of grams and dividing it by 100, basically. So, and when you've done that, when you enter the items for the day, basically you can set that up in a pivot table, and then you can basically just set in the date, you can set in, and then you can set in the items you want to track. For instance, if you want to track the calories, if you want to track the protein, then you can put that in like that. So yeah, if I fix there and there and there and there and there, then it should be a bit more accurate, I think, because then it's, yeah, 330. Okay, nice. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so that's basically how the model is set up. To summarize, it takes you enter per item and the nutrients that are on the list. If you have it available on the package that it says, then that's great. You take a basis on that per 100 grams. Other than that, you can go to there are a lot of websites available for checking how much nutrients per 100 grams there are for various items. For instance, yeah, government sites, third-party sites, all kinds of sites. There are a lot of sites which estimate these values, and so then you can take that in per item that you usually eat and drink. You take that and you take that to an item ID. You write that in when on the date that you eat or drink it. You estimate the share, then basically just use the same formula to get that item back when you enter in a new value here. And then from there, it's just a matter of updating the pivot table so that it gets in correctly per date. And then you can estimate, okay, are you on track with either the calories you're targeting for weight loss or for lean bulking or so on. Right now I'm lean bulking, so I'm targeting 3,000. So that's great. I'm on route right now. But then you can use, for instance, a calorie calculator or something to find what to estimate what you should be targeting in your situation, and then you can use that as uh, to guide you when you're looking for how to track, because what doesn't get tracked doesn't get improved, as Luke Belmar says. So that's kind of a reason why I want to start trying tracking calories as well. And this just a first sketch. I just made this up today, but I want to share it with you because maybe it could be useful to you too. So yeah, I hope this video has been helpful, and that maybe this model will be effective for you too. Um, if you know how to set this up yourself, that's great. But let me know in the comments if you want a copy of this, and I'll be sure to share it over. Otherwise, let me know in the comments what you all think. If you have any suggestions for improvements or other ways to make effective calorie trackers, then let me know in the comments. And other than that, I wish you all the best, and I will see you all tomorrow.